I know most of you guys trying to watch this video now are mostly newbies or people that are trying to take their trading to the next level. You're like, how can I trade the news? You guys see some kind of big spikes and the rest. Like, how can I benefit from it? But candid advice, a very clean advice. I know you click this video to learn how to trade news, but that is irrelevant. You don't need to understand how to trade news to make money from the market. You have to focus on what you can control. Now, this news release, sometimes they show some certain reading that mean that the US dollar is supposed to be weak. But it shows a certain reading that means the US dollar is supposed to be strong. But I've experienced countless times when the opposite happens. And this happens when there's news back to back, let's say at 13:30 or 1:30 rather, 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time. There are 3-4 news back to back, high impact news, and they are all contradicting themselves. In some of the news, USD is supposed to be bearish, some is going to be bullish, some is supposed to be bearish, supposed to be bullish, right? You find out that it goes against the initial plan of that. It throws week up, throw week down. You're not ready to risk that, okay? But in this video, I'll still go ahead to show you some things about news, right? Where the sites to go or where to get the information from, and how to know what they are trying to forecast, because these news sites normally forecast the next reading, right? They forecast what they think will come out. So you can from there and predict it, but I'm telling you that news is not really advisable. I don't recommend you to keep trading news. Okay, it's just gambling. If you don't know how to trade, you don't know how to trade. Learn technical analysis very well. If you're doing support and resistance, learn technical analysis, support, breakout retest, chart patterns, and the rest. If you're an ICT student, learn what you have to learn. Understand FVG, other blocks, understand liquidity grab, understand Q zones, understand all these things that will make you profitable. Now, if you're doing ICT's latest models, right, you find out that when there's a high impact news, if you are correct in your bias, it goes in sync with your bias, and most times you'll be in that news. It happens. You will hardly be wrong with news when you are correct with ICT's daily bias. If you're doing it correctly, you hardly find the news work against you. If the news hit your stop loss, it's because you were wrong in your reading. If you review your trade, you find out that it was actually your fault. All right, so let's go straight. I'm going to show you. I like using Forex Live. What I use my news sites for is that I use it to only check the days where there are news. I use the economic calendar mostly to check days that are news. I know when I can stay out of the markets, where I can trade. I don't trade NFP, CPI, FOMC. I don't, because ICT advised us not to, right? But I trade every other high impact news without going to check this site to read what the news are. But I just want to know that there's news at a certain time, so I can know when the volatility is kicking in. Those of you that want to learn how to trade news or learn how to read the news release, let's get straight right into that. All right, so this is 15th June 2023, and I'm going to use a live example of this news that was released by 13:30, which is 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time or West African time, all right, which is 8:30 Eastern time. Okay, so retail sales. Okay, the retail sales, now this is forexlive.com economic calendar. I'll show you guys how to get the forexlive.com. You click on economic calendar up here, then you come here, change your time zone to wherever you stay. I stay in Nigeria, so this is West Africa time zone I'm using. So look at it here, retail sales, not this one, red folder news is high, means high impact news. When it's red folder, it means high impact news. So the retail sales released by the US Census Bureau measure the total receipt of retail stores. Monthly percent changes reflect the rate of changes in such sales. Changes in retail sales are widely followed as an indicator of consumer spending. Generally speaking, a high reading is seen as positive or bullish for the USD. What does this mean? That if this has a high reading, USD will be strong, while a low reading is seen as negative or bearish for the USD. So if you're trading a pair like Euro USD, GBP USD, what happens? If the high reading, if what comes up is a high reading for this news, GU will sell, EU will sell, USD can go up. Okay, DXY will go up. So now let's look at this place. These numbers are very important. So as you can see, actual
consensus and previous. Okay, so now this is it. Actual, consensus and previous. It means the previous one is this, the previous reading for this system is this. Okay, then the consensus is the middle one. Consensus is what forexlive.com, what their fundamental traders have analyzed, what they have come in conclusion with that will happen is this, meaning they are expecting retail sales to be minus 0.1%, which is a low reading. A low reading is going to cause Euro USD, GBP USD to go up. Okay, a low reading is going to cause Euro USD, GBP USD to go up, while a high reading is going to cause GBP USD to drop. Since they said a high reading is seen as positive, okay, bullish for the what do you call it, for the USD. All right, so this is negative 0.1. So the previous one, look at how it works. The previous one was a positive number. Okay, the previous one was a positive number. That's the previous news. So if the result comes out to be lower than this, you will see Euro USD buy and GBP USD buy, and USD CAD will sell, DXY will sell, USD JPY will sell. Okay, so any currency pair whereby USD is the base currency would sell in as much as the results. Now, actual, this one I painted in green is the actual results, which will be released by 1:30 p.m. This, remember, this one is the previous result on this news of last month. This is the consensus, meaning what they are anticipating. They're anticipating a decline. Okay, and then a decline actually happened, but not as low as what they're anticipating. But a decline happened, is lower than the previous. And if you check on the charts, you find out the result of this. Find out the result of this trading view. You can see this is USD CAD. You see how it dropped, and I took this trade with him. Okay, now I did not trade it based on news. Okay, I traded it based on my strategy. Like I told you guys, I trade ICT 2022 mentorship. Sorry, ICT 2022 model. I told you guys, meaning his model works with news because we are trading the same algorithm that the market makers use. All right, so as you can see, we were in line with it in as much as we were correct. We took this trade. I called it for the signal service, called it for the team, called it for even the free channel. Everybody was happy, including these Euro USD buys. Like I told you, like the USD has a lower reading than the previous. Anything Euro USD, GBP USD will all go high. Okay, and this is an example. So I did not even read the news. I did not check. I did what I was supposed to do, and I won it. But for you that could be doing support and resistance, any other strategy that is not exactly in line with what I'm doing, you should understand that their census or what they showed here. Let's look at it. Let's look at it in this way. So you should use their consensus as a guide. So if their consensus is lower than the previous, you should be looking for areas to buy these XXX USD pairs like Euro USD, GBP USD. You should look for areas like that to buy it, because you know that if these are consensus, then it's likely going to go up for those Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, gold, all those kind of pairs, right? That USD is the quote currency. So now you should also know that they could be wrong. Their forecast could be wrong. The reading might be higher than 0.4. Once the reading is higher than 0.4, Euro USD will fall. USD CAD, USD JPY will go up. DXY will go up. GU will come down. AU will come down. Gold will come down. NZD USD will come down. Anything that carries USD at the quote currency will all come down. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. And this is the same thing on this for this site, Forex Live. This is the same thing for all other sites. Just make sure you understand the way they arrange their number. Actual, consensus, and previous is the previous results. Actual is when the result comes out, the real news result comes out, what it really means. Consensus is what they were trying to forecast. So this is the same thing for every news, every high impact news. You can do this so you can know what the market is about to do. Find this video helpful, click the subscribe button, like the video so I can get more of our videos on your timeline. Alright guys, peace out, see you in the next video.